well, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to read this book. Can anyone tell me what the title of this book is? Yes, good job. It is The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Can anyone see where we can find the author who wrote this book? Oh, yeah, you're right here at the bottom. So who can read me the name of the author? Good job. It is Beatrix Potter. Alright, so let's go ahead and start, okay? Oh, before we start, what do you think this book is going to be about? Is it going to be about dinosaurs? Is it going to be about planets? No, right? What do you think it's going to be about? That's right, a rabbit named Peter, maybe. Alright, let's go ahead and start it now. Once there were 4 little bunnies. Their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother under a very big fir tree. Right. One morning, Mother Rabbit said, "Today you can go outside to play in the fields or travel a bit down the road, but do not go into Mr. McGregor's garden. It is a dangerous place for rabbits." So, why do you think Mr. McGregor's garden is a dangerous space for rabbits? Oh, because it doesn't have food? Maybe. What else? Maybe there's cats? Okay, let's keep reading and find out. "Now run along," said their mother, "and do not get into any trouble while I'm gone." Then she put on her coat and hat and went through the woods to the market to buy bread and milk. All right. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were good little bunnies. They went down the road to pick berries. But Peter was a very naughty bunny. He did not obey his mother. He ran down the road straight to Mr. McGregor's garden. Then he squeezed under the gate. So what do you think is going to happen to Peter? Did he listen to his mother? No, right? All right, let's keep reading to find out what happens to Peter. First, Peter ate some lettuce and green beans. Then he ate some radishes. Peter ate so much that he got a tummy ache. He looked for some parsley to make him feel better. Then he saw Mr. McGregor. Ooh. When Mr. McGregor saw Peter, he jumped up and grabbed his rake. "Stop, thief!" he shouted. He ran after Peter. Peter was scared. He ran all over the garden trying to find the gate. He lost his shoe in the cabbage patch. Then he lost his other shoe in the potato patch. Mr. McGregor kept chasing Peter. Now that Peter had no shoes on, he could run faster than ever. He almost got away. But then the buttons on his blue jacket got caught in the branches of a bush. Peter was sure that Mr. McGregor would catch him now. He began to cry. Some friendly birds heard Peter crying. They tried to help Peter get free. Just then, Mr. McGregor came towards Peter with a basket. He planned to catch Peter by putting the basket on top of him. But Peter slipped out of his jacket and wiggled free just in time. He ran to the tool shed and jumped into a watering can. It would have been a good place to hide if it had not been full of very cold water. Mr. McGregor was sure that Peter was hiding in the tool shed. He began looking under flower pots for the naughty little rabbit. Just then Peter sneezed. Achoo! Mr. McGregor heard the sneeze and came after him again. Okay. Peter jumped out of a window, knocking over some plants. Mr. McGregor tried to follow Peter, but the window was too small. He had grown tired of running after the naughty rabbit. Mr. McGregor went back to his work. Peter sat down to rest. He was shaking and out of breath. He was wet from sitting in the watering can, and he still did not know which way to go to find the gate. So he was still in Mr. McGregor's garden, huh? Yeah, all the trouble that he got into for what? Exactly, for not listening to what his mom said. After a little while, Peter found a door in the garden wall, but it was locked. Then a little mouse passed by him. Peter asked her the way to the gate. Since the mouse had a large pea in her mouth, she could not reply. Peter began to cry again. So, how do you think Peter felt here? He felt lonely and scared, right? Is that why he was crying? Yeah. Then Peter wandered by a pond. A white cat sat at the edge of the pond looking at the fish. Peter didn't ask the cat the way to the gate. His cousin, Benjamin Bunny, had warned him to be careful of cats. Yeah, good job. Yeah, we did predict that there was going to be a cat in Mr. McGregor's garden. Good job. Peter headed back towards the tool shed. Suddenly, he heard the scratch-scratch noise of a hoe very close to him. Peter hid under a bush. When nothing happened, he climbed up into a wheelbarrow and looked over the top. What do you think Peter's going to do next? Let's predict what Peter's going to do to get out of Mr. McGregor's garden. He's going to run really fast, maybe. Or his mom's going to get him? Maybe. Let's see. Let's keep reading. The first thing that he saw was Mr. McGregor working in the onion patch. His back was turned toward Peter. Just past Mr. McGregor, Peter could see the gate. Very quietly, Peter got down of the wooden wheelbarrow. He began running as fast as he could to the gate. Mr. McGregor... excuse me. Very quietly, Peter got down of the wooden wheelbarrow. He began running as fast as he could to the gate. Mr. McGregor saw him, but Peter slipped under the gate and out of the garden before Mr. McGregor could catch him. That was a close call, wasn't it? He ran as fast as he could all the way home. So, what do you think Peter's mom's going to say? Yeah, maybe she'll be mad, maybe. Mr. McGregor found Peter's jacket and shoes and made a scarecrow out of them. He wanted to frighten the blackbirds away. Meanwhile, Peter did not stop running until he got home. He was so tired that he flopped down on the sandy floor and closed his eyes. Peter's mother wondered what he had done with his clothes. It was the second pair of shoes and jacket that Peter had lost in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so do you think Peter Rabbit, let's talk about what Peter Rabbit did. Do you think he did a wrong thing? Why was it wrong? Exactly, because his mom had told him not to. And what did he do? He went into Mr. McGregor's garden. And was he happy about it? Was Peter happy about it after disobeying his mom? No, right? Once he was in the garden, he saw why his mom told him not to go in there, and he got really scared. Okay, good job, you guys.